Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is JP the Outlaw. Okay? We have news and rumors for the WWE and AEW. So, I want to touch on that as well. Also, I want to start this pod off with just a little different message, okay? I ended my last pod on something real positive. I want to start this one off on the same note. So, my message here is to believe in yourself. Like I said, don't take nothing for granted. If opportunity presents itself, you should be running towards that opportunity. Don't go the opposite way because you're afraid, because you may not understand what's being asked of you, and you might want to do something else. No, you run straight towards that motherfucker, balls deep, okay? And you handle your business, not only as a person, as a human being, okay? It's all about bettering yourself. Nobody wants to be where they was at 2 years prior. That's just fucking ridiculous. That's no momentum, no moving at all. Okay? I say that to say this. Segue. Segue into AEW. Making big waves in the wrestling world. The world in general. Okay? Alright? AEW has signed. They had a press conference. I think it was about last Tuesday or maybe even 2 Tuesdays ago. I haven't reported on AEW since then. But I think I should start off with the most news and rumors that I've heard about AEW, the solid content that they've somewhat created as far as being the elite. Nick Jackson, fucking Mark Jackson, and Cody Rhodes, these guys are revolutionaries. In modern times. I mean, nothing like this has been done since WCW, and there's a reason for that. Mind you, they haven't had any major backing as far as promotions, other promotions outside of AEW. Let's take TNA for an example, who was on the cusp of something like this with Panda Energy backing them. But unfortunately, that fell through, and TNA is now the footnote of the wrestling community. AEW has an opportunity to not only expand their brand as far as being the elite in AEW in general, but as far as the Cody Roses and like I said, the Nick Jacksons and the Mark Jacksons of this business. They are no longer. Well, first of all, they wasn't indie talent. They surpassed indie talent years ago. When you see the casual wrestling fan with a Bullet Club t-shirt or a Young Bucks t-shirt or a Cody Rhodes t-shirt, they're no longer in the minority. Pretty much. They're no longer in the majority. They are now in the minority. There we go. We had to flip some words around. You know how I get. And just to go over a couple of things, major signings of indie talents. As far as MJF, you had Joey Janela, Penelope Ford, Neville, Adam Page was going to sign with them guys, and a big name, Chris Jericho. And I think Chris Jericho in himself, I was listening to his podcast over the weekend, I think Jericho, the narcissist that he is, and he's kind of right here. I mean, a name like Jericho going to an AEW, a small, they don't even have a ring yet. But a name like Chris Jericho going to an AEW is big for AEW. You dig me? If we can get a couple more big names like Booker T or maybe even a Goldberg. Okay, I know Goldberg has been rumored to be affiliated with these guys, but there's been no more real talk on Goldberg since then. I mentioned this on my last report about AEW. For every Cinderella story, there's always those 3 evil sisters somewhere, okay? So let's look at it as Vince McMahon being those 3 evil sisters for Cinderella, and the glass slippers being put on AEW, okay? All right? With the talent that the WWE has, AEW shouldn't even be a thought. But it is. They're scared. They're worried about losing major talents. Listen to this. The Revival, Dawson and Dash, the Revival are wanting their releases from the WWE. And the race after one, pretty much the race is on. You'll start hearing more and more rumblings and rumors about everybody wanting to get out of their WWE contract to go sign with AEW. They're not just promising contracts. They're promising health care. And being in the professional wrestling business, if you can cover my medical bills just a bit, that would help out tremendously. These guys and these performers and these women are putting their bodies on the line constantly. With AEW, you don't have to worry about that. I think that in itself is a reason I would jump over immediately. I got body aches and pains right now. There's some shit going on with my knee that I can't explain. So, with that being said, the Revival wanting out of their WWE contracts, unhappy with the push that they're getting on Monday Night Raw. And let's just go over it. The Revival, since being moved up, has been injured. Each member, Dash and Dawson, injured. Not only injured, suffer from horrible booking. There's no true talent as far as on Monday Night Raw, tag team wise. That's been a legit tag team for more than 2 months. Or more than, let's say, 4 years. Okay? Maybe AOP. But even AOP, I have reports on AOP being injured. We'll get to that. Okay? One of the members of AOP. WWE has slotted these guys and signed these guys all the way up until April 2020. So, literally, if they was to get released from their contracts right now, the Revival, they wouldn't be able to be seen on TV. And mind you, AEW doesn't even have a TV deal, but they wouldn't even be able to be seen on TV until April of the following year. Mind you, one more thing here. As bad as they went out of their contracts, I guess they can't take the backstage politics. It's been reports and rumors that they was in a heated argument with Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Took it right to the horse's mouth. I don't like what's being done to me here. Fuck that. I want out. Took it right to the horse's mouth after losing to the Lucha House Party. Okay? Tempers flared. Words were said. They said the one nail in the coffin. As far as the respect for tag team wrestling, which I can go over multiple names of great tag team wrestlers. The Hart Foundation, the Road Warriors, freaking the Midnight Express, fucking Arn and goddamn fucking Teddy Blanchard. Okay, Four Horsemen. I can go over great tag teams. Looking at the WWE and the scene that it's in right now, tag team wrestling is oblivious. There is nobody there outside of the New Day, the Bar, and maybe fucking the Usos, who can literally say that their tag team wrestling is being put on a grand stage. Outside of that, you literally don't get that anywhere else in the WWE product, maybe NXT. And I'm talking both brands, NXT regular and NXT UK. But outside of that, you don't get that on a Monday Night Raw, where they're showcasing the WWE tag teams prominently. I mean, in must-see matches. As far as the Revival is concerned, take a look back at their record. If you don't own the WWE Network, cool. Let me know. I'll get you the fucking password. Take a look at their matches back in TakeOver Toronto with the likes of a DIY and a Officer Pain, who they're on the same brand with them. Take a look at these matches, and you tell me if the Revival are not speaking the fucking truth. And not speaking the fucking truth. When your boss or the owner of the company that you work for is hindering you and stagnating you to grow, then yeah, there's a fucking issue. You need to leave that place immediately. Immediately. Dash and Dawson also have trademarked the the Revival. Okay, the FTR. Okay, they've trademarked that, just those 3 letters. Now that could say, Friends of the Revival. That could be anything. But I'm pretty sure the fucking Young Bucks back in the day put out a tweet saying F the Revival. They put out another tweet not too recently now. Another tweet that they say the Revival and the Young Bucks will wrestle and everybody will rejoice. Revival tagged themselves in that tweet. It's time. The writing's on the wall. And not only the Revival, okay, you have fucking Sasha Banks. You got freaking Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis, and also fucking Dolph Ziggler, which I think Dolph Ziggler should be the first one out the door out of all these people because he's not being used right. Everybody's rumored to leave. I haven't heard anything from Dolph Ziggler. I heard a little bit about this Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis, which isn't a big deal. Of course, they asked for their release, but the WWE pretty much got Mike Bennett clean as far as his addiction to painkillers. Not only that, they got Maria had just had a baby, their youngest. Okay, their first baby together. So the WWE, in retrospect, has been there for the Kanellises. But I doubt, if anything, one, the Kanellises really want to leave the WWE. I think they're just doing this to get some type of airtime. Even though Mike Kanellis was just seen on 205 Live maybe 3 months ago. Of course, they're not using him currently at this moment. But look at that talent roster. Look at who you have on a 205 Live compared to Mike Kanellis. Just saying. Would I want to leave the WWE being in their shoes? No. They've done so much for, as far as Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis, they've done so much for their family. What I would do was hold tight, probably watch the fuck what I say moving forward, and try to work some deal out that way. You know, maybe they can use me on an episode of Superstars or Main Event, you know. But what else is out there for Mike Kanellis, especially Mike and Maria? Will they be making the same top star money that they're making in the WWE? Yes, the option is AEW, without a doubt. That would have been my first option. If I'm thinking of going out the door, AEW is my first option. But I'm hearing rumors and reports that they want to go back to ROH, and I don't see the reason in that. Do you not think you're ready for the WWE? If that's the case, I disagree. I think Mike Kanellis himself as a wrestler is pretty good. You know, I wouldn't have went past NXT to go straight to SmackDown, but I think that was more of a Maria thing, and Mike just tagged along. But that's neither here or there. Again, mind you, everybody that I just mentioned who's having these problems and want to get out of their contracts, you have to believe that AEW has the microscope, not only the microscope, the fucking super lens on these guys. You dig what I'm saying? So, if you got your finger on the pulse and you're watching the moves that the AEW are making WWE, you would say, okay, let me take the talent that I know are frustrated, that I know are mentally stagnated, and let's put them in some type of prominent roles. That's why you get the offers of that's why you get Finn Balor being pushed to the moon. That's why you get the Revival starting to make waves in the tag team divisions. I won't be surprised. In 2 weeks' time, I think it's in 2 weeks, the Royal Rumble, the Revival, win the WWE Tag Team Championships from Rude and Gable for Raw. So, you know, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before they get up out of their contracts. It might take 2 years. It might take a year or two before you see the Revival in a ring outside of the WWE. But I am 100% sure that they're going to leave the WWE. Guaranteed. They have to. They're not doing anything with them. They was better off staying in NXT. I would have loved to see a match with Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Dash and Dawson from the fucking Revival. I would have loved to see that match. But, again, you know, if wishes was fishes, my fucking aunt would be my uncle. My thoughts on Kenny Omega leaving and going with AEW. I'm going to touch on this real fast. I think Kenny's not done in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think he has a lot of dream matches that he can still do, and Kenny seems to be a little bit more goal oriented than the others, where Mark and Nick Jackson has done everything that they can do in New Japan Pro Wrestling. They got their names to where they are now based off of New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's not ruling out Kenny Omega signing with AEW. Okay? I think Kenny Omega, probably in a year, maybe 2 years, takes a 3-year contract to go with Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, which still leaves the window open for the WWE. Because granted, everybody wants to be in the WWE. That's where the big money is. You dig what I'm saying? So, to see how it goes, and then to hear the rumors and the money that they offered the Young Bucks, which we'll go over right after this, you would have to believe that they're going to offer Kenny Omega, if not more money than what they offered the Young Bucks, just to be there. They're not talking, this, that, and the third. They have major plans for the Young Bucks, this, that, and the third. We'll see where it goes. The Young Bucks, I'd still say, made the best decision in taking a gamble on themselves with the boy Tony Khan. Yes, I learned his name. It's Tony Khan. Moving on. Big money deals with the Young Bucks. Offer from the WWE. Young Bucks turned down the offer. Okay? It's supposed to be 6 fucking figures. Plus, a prominent spot on the WWE network for being the elite. A 4-hour meeting with Triple H that ultimately led nowhere. Even if they don't like the way they was booked, they was also promised some main event stuff. I'm going to throw it out there that way because they used the words that they used in the article was so vague. They offered them, quote unquote, a main event type matchup against whatever tag team they wanted to pick of their choosing. Not only that, they had a 6-month window. If they did not like their booking, they could opt to leave. Now, the rumors here is that Tony Khan wouldn't have signed any contracts if the Young Bucks wasn't included with Cody Rhodes. So, again here, just to repeat, they turned down major money. They turned down having their Be Elite show on a fucking network to make All Elite Wrestling happen. If you don't think that the Young Bucks is going to grow and prosper from this, you have another fucking thing coming, bro. They got their fingers in all the pies that they need to have it in. They got the hand on the pulse of the fucking wrestling community. They're signing people, young talent, that the WWE is overlooking, that I've been saying for months now. They're signing these young guys, bringing them into the AEW without a ring, without any scheduled programming. They're picking up who they can. Okay? Picking up who they can. And let alone whoever comes from the WWE. So, again, I want to see how this shit plays out. I give it another year before we start saying, AEW is pretty much taking over the wrestling industry. Moving on, a member of the AOP is injured, Akam. There's no real reports on how he got injured. They're saying that he'll be out for 6 months. The more I get on this, I will let you guys know. But I haven't heard anything as of this point. Okay? AJ Styles not signed a contract with the WWE as far as I know yet. Okay, now, whatever contract the WWE feels good about AJ Styles re-signing with them, they have no worries. But you would have to think with the rumors of AEW in the background, this money that they're offering AJ Styles, which is double the pay, a lighter work schedule, I think this would be a fool's deal if you miss this, AJ. And I don't think he will. I think AJ is going to take the money. Because you can always go to an AEW after you're done with the WWE. I don't see AJ Styles putting another 10 years in. It doesn't make sense to me. But there's so many rumored matches with AJ, whereas though you can have a hell of a WrestleMania moment with this guy. They got AJ versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, supposed to be rumored at WrestleMania. Now this is a big match. This is about 20 years in the making. They have already done it with John Cena. Okay, and I think they did have a Orton versus AJ, but I don't think it was at a major stage. I would like to see a one and done scenario, revisit this maybe around SummerSlam where you have AJ versus Randy 2. Okay? Now if you're doing it for the title, you could probably stretch this all the way out probably until Battleground. I don't know when Battleground is. So you got Backlash, maybe another thing somewhere else. But, yeah, that's how I would do that. That's how I would make that happen. Also, another rumor, just throwing it all out there, there's been rumor that they want AJ Styles to go up against Shawn Michaels in his final match on the WWE. Again, it's either AJ Styles or Daniel Bryan. any one of these men would make for a great dream match. AJ Styles, and it would probably make more sense for Daniel Bryan training Daniel Bryan for his comeback. Training Daniel Bryan out of his wrestling school. It would make sense for his mentor, HBK, Shawn Michaels, to come in, try to talk sense into Daniel Bryan, tell him the ways that he's taking now are just wrong. You know, you can always play with this however you want to, but I think the best way to do this here, if you're going that route, Shawn Michaels, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, simple, for the WWE Championship. Now, of course, maybe at the Rumble you let fucking Daniel Bryan drop the title to a AJ Styles, so their match, Randy and AJ, can have the championship around it. You know, I don't think you need a dream match I don't think you need to have that for a dream match with Shawn Michaels and Daniel Bryan. I don't think that needs the title. Of course, the last thing here, guys, we have where the hell's Lars? Now, for the past 2 weeks on Raw, Lars Sullivan has been missing. You've seen him in video packages for about 6 weeks now. Apparently, he's taking off time to get his mind right. Apparently, he had an anxiety attack. First, I heard an anxiety attack. Then I'm hearing rumors of fucking it's another one that I forget that anxiety. They're two totally different things, okay? But clearly, he has some mental health issues. Let this man take off, recover, and regroup, and come back to the WWE even stronger. He has a rumored match with John Cena, but apparently that this match has been pulled from Lars Sullivan due to Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon does not approve of him taking off all this time. He's blaming Triple H for his guy pretty much going missing, which I think is not his fault. Also, considering what Lars is going through mentally, you need to give somebody like that time off. You need to give them time to get their mind right and come back to this business 110%. There's no fucking way. If I'm having anxiety fucking attack, I'll see you when I see you, okay? There's no fucking way you should be touring and going on the road and again, Lars is not missed. Lars is not missed in the WWE. I understand they like the big guys and they're big monsters, but if you have nothing in the works for Lars, clearly him and John Cena is out the window, okay? Because Vince is done with that. I just reported that, okay? But if you have nothing planned for Lars, leave him the fuck where he's at. Let him rest his mind up. Let him get his mind right and come back to the WWE stronger and better. I'm JP the Outlaw, you guys. I'm getting out of here. That'll probably be it for news and rumors. We will be back later tonight with, we'll probably be back in the morning. I'm going to be honest with you guys. But we'll be back with the Raw review. Please check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Wrestling Amino. Okay? Again, any other sites you would like for me to upload my shit, let me know. Alright, I'm JP the Outlaw. Peace in the grease. Everybody be safe. And don't forget, believe in you. I'm out.